Definitely not tiger bread. They can be dinosaur or giraffe breads. Today we are making tiger bread, also known as Dutch crunch. I'm taking you from my epic dinosaur bread fail to a perfect super soft loaf with that beautiful cracked crust. And at the end of the video, you're gonna tell me which one is your favorite. In a medium-sized bowl, add 15 grams salt, 390 grams mix of wholemeal and water, teaspoon of honey, mixy. Of course, I'm gonna take the risk and make this recipe sourdough. So we need 150 grams active starter, mixy again. Lastly, 580 gram bread flour, mixed with 75 gram whole wheat for the flavor. And please, don't be like me and don't forget to add 1 egg. I should have added at the beginning with my wet ingredients. But see the bright side, at least we added. That's where this wooden spoon helps us to get less messy, right? So bring everything together, mix it up, then with a piece of dough, clean up your wooden spoon and go ahead mix this bad boy with your hand. Should not be bothering as it's a low hydration dough. Then once you had a shaggy dough like this, flour up the surface and bring the dough on the surface because we're gonna knead it like we mean it. Dough should be tacky but not so sticky. So first I'm trying to roll it and drag it on the counter without pushing it so hard as it's sticky. Of course the dough should be a little sticky, but if your dough feels way stickier than this, let it rest and perform some series of folds. If it sticks to the counter, just lift it up, bring it back, and maybe think about someone you don't like and try to knead this bad boy. But try to use your space. Roll it around the counter, drag it, maybe round it up, and do your best. A good 8 to 10 minutes of kneading and you have this smooth dough. You can also do this with a stand mixer. Simply just dump everything into the mixer and mix it for 8 to 10 minutes. But make sure to always check the dough temperature. Ideally, it should be around 25 to 26 degrees Celsius. Then into the bowl, I'm gonna let it rest for 30 minutes. And 30 minutes later, to make sure everything is set, bring it on the counter, use a drizzle of olive oil, stretch all the sides, fold it to the center. We're just gonna create little more tension so the dough can expand beautifully inside the oven later. Come on, look at it. Now, give it a slap. It's important, trust me. Into the bowl, let it rise. And that was all you needed to do. Was it difficult? I don't think so. Again, if your dough is way stickier than this, it's probably because you are not using a strong flour. So give it a rest and some series of folds. At 27 to 28 degrees Celsius, it takes about 4 hours to see like 30 to 50% rise. Almost finish its ball fermentation, but it's not done yet. Now, as always, of course you can bake it the same day, but for more flavor and texture, I'm going to transfer it into the fridge, cold ferment it overnight, and the next day we're gonna shape it and bake it. The next beautiful morning, take the dough out of the fridge. Wow, it's puffy. We have this big rice here. Dump it on the counter. Now you can cut this to 10 beautiful small buns, but I'm gonna make 5 small and maybe 1 big buns. And this is a simple shaping method. Fold all the sides to the center, then flip it and round it up. Push the dough underneath while you round it with the help of the counter. As simple as this. Gorgeous. And if you need to know, this is how I shape the bigger one. Once you finish shaping them, on a baking mat and let them proof. Which for my dough, it might take so long as I cold ferment them for 18 hours. Even though my room temperature is so high, proofing time for this dough is a bit tricky. How you know they are ready to bake? Poke them gently. If they bounces back slowly, they are ready to bake. Now these buns need little more time. Before baking them, one last thing you need to do to make them Dutch crunch, a topping to brush them later. 105 gram rice flour. To that I'm gonna add 7 gram yeast, 15 gram brown sugar, 4 gram salt, 100 grams water, and the last touch, 14 gram sesame oil and 10 gram neutral oil. Mixy until you get a batter like this. But not too thick. Don't make the same mistake I did. It's been almost 3 hours since I shaped these buns. One of the most obvious reasons is because I cold ferment my dough more than 18 hours. So before the dough starts fermenting again, needs some time to warm up first. And now that I poke them and they bounces back slowly and leave a mark here, they are ready to bake. Here's a little tip for you that can save you later. Make your topping batter just 15 minutes before baking, not too early like I did here. And don't go heavy on brushing them, again as I did. Yep, you are watching my mistakes. So hopefully you can learn something. Now that was fun. Into the preheated oven, let's bake them. I'm gonna bake them at 190 degrees Celsius with little steam, not too much, for the first 10 minutes. And then again, I'm sharing my failure with you. Yep, the crust peels off, as you can see. I told you that batter was too thick. And then remove the remaining water from the steam. Bake them for another 10 to 15 minutes. Should I call this failure, or did I explore something new? Maybe they are dinosaur buns? What do you think? Let me know in comment section. I mean, wow, these are gorgeous, but definitely not tiger bread. They can be dinosaur or giraffe breads. Not proud of it, but kinda beautiful, right? Yep, the topping batter was too thick. The dough was a bit cold. At least we achieved that crunch, right? And the pillowy soft crumb. It's so freaking soft. I wish I didn't ruin the crust. Let me try it. Nice. What they say, we learn from our mistakes, right? Definitely the topping batter was way too thick, and next time I'm gonna add little more water or little less flour to it. And probably the dough was still a bit cold. Next time I should let them warm up a bit longer. And I guess that was it. And one last thing about the taste, I think it was a bit more sour than I thought. So maybe next time shorter fermentation time would work the best. Now, if I did everything correctly, my tiger buns should look like this. Alright, I think that was it. Trust me when I say Dutch crunch is going to the top of my list now. You can shape it to a sandwich, bun, or any other loaf of bread you like. So, which one was your favorite? Tiger or dinosaur? If you like the video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Like always, keep baking and take a good care of yourself.